when bad meets evil.
That's right. After
What? It's just an ordinary
upload schedule.
Oh my goodness!
Way too goddamn long. I'm finally reviewing Hell, the sequel. This was supposed to be done way earlier, but I actually forgot about the goal that I said in the video. My bad, guys. I'll make a list of the like goals I set in the future. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Bad Meets Evil comes at a weird time for Eminem albums, being released right after a somewhat controversial album, Recovery, and my favorite Eminem album, the Marshall Mathers LP 2. However, because this album was released on New Year's 2011, the rap style that Eminem has is much closer to Recovery than Marshall Mathers LP 2, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I do really like how Marshall raps on his self-named second LP. In terms of the songs, pretty much all of them are at least good. I mainly attribute this to the fact that this album is only 9 songs long. 11 if you're listening to the deluxe edition, which I did. Usually, an Eminem album is about 14 songs or so, making this album special. I think A Kiss is a particularly great song, and I'm not sure if this is a hot take or not, but The Reunion is actually a pretty good song. And no, it's not just because Royce says,
"Then I step back and see my evil twin, he gives me an evil grin,"
is sampled on Evil Twin. Although that is the reason why I added this song to my playlist initially, but we don't talk about that. But those are just the good things. What about... If saying The Reunion is a good song wasn't a hot take, this might end up being a hot take. But Royce sounds exactly the fucking same on almost every track here. Yes, he sounds good regardless, but I feel like he never switches up the way he sounds on a single track throughout the album, only really changing the speed of his rap. This could very well be a me issue though, as I like it more when rappers have different inflections throughout an album, within reason. While I said in the last section that almost every song is good, there are some songs that I didn't like, such as I'm On Everything and Take From Me. But there's one song in particular that I think missed the mark by a lot. Lighters, featuring Bruno Mars. On the surface, that seems really fucking dumb. It's the most popular song off this album on Spotify, and it was on Curtain Call too, so how is the song bad? It's very simple. I just think Bruno Mars and Bad Meets Evil clash on the song. You would think that Eminem would take a more not afraid approach to this song, but he sort of just rapped the same as he did on every other song. And for this song in particular, it doesn't work as well as I would like it to. Bruno Mars is just doing his same old shit, so... Also, why the fuck does Loud Noises sample The Office? And only once.
life handing me lemons.
Every time past the first time, it's replaced with Royce screaming,
Slaughterhouse.
now that I've talked about the bad and the good, what would I rate this album? On a first listen through, I gave the album a 6.5 out of 10, mainly because I felt like after putting off listening to it for so long that it didn't really meet my expectations, but that's really fucking stupid, so I've decided to bump it up to a 7. It isn't a necessary Eminem album, but you will have a good time while listening to it for the most part. Since we're talking about Eminem, I figured that I would clean up my Eminem tier list just a little bit before I end the video. Pretty much every album has changed placement at least a little bit, so let's start over with the tier list.
This is what happens when bad meets evil.
The Slim Shady LP has kind of fallen off for me since making that review. It was originally at the top of B tier, but it has since had a South Park effect for me. What the fuck does that mean, I hear you asking? The first 3 or so seasons of South Park at the time pushed the envelope for what could be on a television set. But since then, so many more envelopes have been pushed to the point where the Slim Shady LP and South Park seem boring in comparison to what came after it. It's like how some people think the Beatles are overrated because everyone else took the stuff that they did first. The only songs I really still listen to consistently are Bad Meets Evil, Ask Anthony, he'd know all about that, and Come On Everybody.
Just Marshall Mathers.
The Marshall Mathers LP and the Eminem Show stayed exactly the same, mainly because the songs still hold up to this day. They are still firmly in S tier and A tier respectively, although the Eminem Show could get bumped up to an S tier any day now.
But once you're gone, you don't come back.
Encore is an album that also didn't change placements, but I do think it's better than it was 6 months ago. This might be because it doesn't have the weight of being right after 2 amazing albums anymore, or maybe because I added Ass Like That to my playlist, even though that song is starting to get old as well. Plus, the good songs are really good, but you still have your Pukes and first singles, so I can't really put it any higher than C tier. Sorry, Encore fans. Relapse is, shockingly, still an A tier, which makes sense if you remember what I said about it in the first video. Is what I would say if I actually fucking said anything! Relapse mainly works because the accents don't get in the way as much as people say they do, and it has tracks like Crack a Bottle, My Mom, Hello, and Beautiful. Meanwhile, Relapse Refill has Forever, a song with Drake and Kanye West on it, you, and Elevator. Sure, most of these songs are good, but I'm getting kind of tired of My Darling, and I never hear anything from this album anymore. Thanks, Spotify. So I kind of have to say that this is his worst project. But I don't think Eminem has a bad project anymore. You'll see what I mean here in a minute.
You're on fire.
Recovery hasn't fallen ill in terms of my enjoyment of the album, or that I just thought I ranked it too high to begin with. It's not that I don't enjoy the songs, it's not that there's one bad song that I forgot about, it's just that I think A tier is too high for this album. That's it. Oh, and it also might be because I completely don't like No Love. Is there a reason for that? I kinda just don't like Lil Wayne. That is exclusively a me problem though, so...
Bitch, you serious?
Yeah, this album's still the best one. I still like Eminem's flow on this album. I still really like all the songs off of it, except Stronger Than I Was. I still really like the reuse of theming from Marshall Mathers LP1, and I really like the variety of beats that this album uses. What else can I say?
And I started from the bottom.
Now, in my Eminem Tier List video, I absolutely trashed this thing like it was the worst album I have ever heard. It wasn't. That honor goes to Jordy. But was that just rage bait? I don't actually remember, but for the sake of this argument, yes. Revival does have some good parts. Walk on Water is actually a good song. Y'all just hate Beyonce. Believe is a hidden banger. Chloroseptic may not be that good, but its remix is. Untouchable is a song that I enjoy for the fact that it isn't racist. The Revival interlude is in my top 10 interludes of all time. Bad Husband bangs. Nowhere Fast does too. I Ruin Need Me for myself by being a stupid fucking idiot, but we'll ignore that for now. And In Your Head is another hidden banger. And that's just the songs that are great. There are also good songs on this album. What the fuck was I thinking at the time? This is easily at least B tier.
But I've been going for your juggler since Crazy Duck Alert.
Unlike the last album, I remember why I ranked this one lower than it should be. This album was actually a rage bait pick. Mainly because I was running off the high of being mad about Revival being bad that I forgot that this album was actually good. The Ringer, Greatest, Stepping Stone, Not Alive, Kamikaze, Fall, and even Good Guy, Not Nice Guy, fuck that song, are all great songs that you should listen to. That's right, go listen to them right now. I don't care if you leave the video, go do it right now.
I'm at my best when I'm at my worst.
This is another set of songs that hasn't changed that much, and has arguably gotten better. I still haven't decided which one is better though, and I can move these two albums up to A tier any day now. And you know what? Today's the day. Move them bitches up to A tier.
With balls in his do-rag, he's fearing no man.
There's been a little more time since this album came out, and realistically, the AI voice, although fucking stupid, you can still get used to and ignore. Plus, Antichrist and Renaissance are major bangers in Eminem's discography. Now, the main reason why this album hasn't been moved up for me is because the second half of the album is much weaker compared to the first, even the Haley stuff, and that's probably just because I'm not a father, so know that there's no diss towards those kind of songs. And that's it, unless I decide to do a video on D12, or if you guys get this video to 20 likes and I make an Eminem songs tier list. This is the last video I'll be making on Eminem for a while. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.